high school football game of the week. Tonight, it's the Battle of the Bell and the battle for the South Piedmont Conference Championship. From Bailey Stadium in Concord, it's the Concord Spiders hosting the Yale-bound Wonders of Kannapolis. Hi, everyone. I'm Randy Whitley along with Larry Mason. Jam-packed. We're ready for a big one.
We sure are. Hey, they got here early. I thought I was here early tonight, Randy, but it wasn't early enough. No good parking places.
After rain that started last night, rained all day today, probably till a little after lunch, I guess. It feels in excellent condition.
It really is. We've been down here for a little while. The players and the coaches are all saying it looks like the footing is good, and it feels actually not that wet.
Well, on Heaven Honors, we talked about a lot of things. What about a little intangibles? Do the Spiders have the advantage intangible-wise, being home and some of the tricks that they might pull tonight?
Well, Coach Smith's always got a rabbit up his hat, and Coach Harding is always looking for a rabbit himself, but being at home, I think they've got a little incentive. They've lost this game a couple of years in a row now. They'd like to get that bell to roll back across the field.
I was kind of getting to debate you a little bit because both teams are in the playoffs. There's really no pressure to make the playoffs now, Larry, and there's nothing to hide tonight.
Well, I agree with you 100%. They're really the pressure of making the playoffs. I don't think either team has to go in. Sometimes a team will go in a game like that and just play to keep from losing, hoping that they're going to get that win and get in that playoff. But they don't have to do that tonight. They can go in, make any big play they want to, show all their trick plays because, you know, from after tonight, it's a one-game season.
Does the bell come back to the Concord side? We'll find out in a couple hours. Stay with us. We've got more from Concord in just a minute. To Bailey Stadium. Boy, that's a nice sign. Thanks for the 11 years of golden service. Well, I'm glad it didn't rain or we wouldn't have been able to read that. Right?
That's the truth. That is nice. You're older than 11 years old, though.
Yes, I am. I started when I was 9, so now I'm 20. Earlier tonight, Steve Gant out on the field had a chance to talk with head coach Bruce Hardin about this big ball game, and these were his comments.
Thanks, Randy. We caught up with Bruce Hardin, coach of the Kannapolis Wonders. Bruce, big game tonight. You can't say enough about it. Every time I talk to you, I ask you, how do you get your team pumped up? Of course, you had your job easy this week. They pumped up themselves.
That's true. It's been a lot of fun. It's just a lot of preparation. I'm glad to be here, and it's a good night, and conditions are good. So I just want our players to play hard, and I think the fans will enjoy themselves, and players have a lot of fun out here.
You know, about 24 hours of rain, the field seems to be in good shape from where we stand. It's not all that sloppy. It might be a little bit damp. Is that going to be a factor?
I don't think so. I think it's been dry so long that it's kind of soaked it in pretty good. So the field looks good, the little portions I've been on. So I don't see it being a problem at this point.
Bruce, we can't stress how big the game is. We know you got to get back to your team. We want to wish you well.
Thanks a lot.
Okay, thank you.
Now, would all of you rise and remain still?
Randy Whitley along with Larry Mason back here at Bailey Stadium as we're getting set to meet those starting lineups, and we'll do that after you watch this. Back to Bailey Stadium, just moments away from the opening kickoff, and we'll see who gets the football first in tonight's game as the co-captains are meeting at the center of the field.
Johnson, they're calling the coin toss.
Take a look at those starting offensive and defensive lineups. Very first for the Wonders. One change we might note. Not many on on defense, though, those guys have been pretty solid all year long. On offense, different wrinkle, maybe what we saw a couple of weeks ago for the Wonders. And we'll look at that Kannapolis offense. Look at the backfield. Starting, instead of Johnson, this is a last-minute substitution. It will be Ronald Rice, number 22, running in that tailback position. So Coach Harden maybe have found another running back at Northwest Cabarrus' game last week.
Maybe so, as we got that last-minute word, Randy.
On the Concord defensive side of things, there you see the way things shake out. Terrell Roseman, maybe a smaller than normal nose guard, but excellent at that position. On offense, they're wide open, as we saw in the Central game last week. The Spiders will be led by Chance Sloop at quarterback. And that's the way the stats shake up here before the game starts.
We'll have to fill the numbers in as it goes on.
And you've got Canada. He's a house in the backfield. Bowman is a good one as well. There's Canada. He's set to receive the Wonder kickoff here to start this game off between Kannapolis and Concord, the battle for the South Piedmont Conference Championship that has come down to this so many years. Hey, it wouldn't be the first weekend in November if we didn't have this. There you see number 29 for the Wonders, Travis Ward, and this one's underway. It'll go down to about the 10-yard line. And it is Lee Black. He is speedy, trying to get around the corner, but the Wonder kickoff team is down there at about the 26-yard line. Hey, the crowd was building. It's kind of like being on trial tonight. They were very quiet. Then when the teams came out, there was just a massive explosion.
Yeah, I think they were saving up, Randy, to get ready for the football game. You know, these youngsters have to be really excited right now about this game. We're going to see a lot of adrenaline play right now. Hey, every kid should get to play in a game like this. This is a huge crowd. This will be something these guys remember the rest of their young lives.
First and 10 to give us the Canada the Wonders with penetration in the backfield. And we'll pick it up. Let's see, that is going to be number 64 for the Wonders. Defensively, Kevin Keener, the end, who got in, stopped him for no gain.
And that is of course, their isolation. We're going to see that a lot. I think both coaches may do something to settle their teams down early and maybe not do anything extremely fancy right now, but I think we're going to see both teams really use all of the plays they got in the old playbook tonight.
Three wide receivers, I formation on 2nd and 10. Sloop with a play fake, rolling big side of the field, cuts it over the middle, completely. Black 43-yard line, Spider first down.
And he brought Lee down and just drug him back across the field and hooked him right into that little zone there behind the linebackers. And Sloop has progressively gotten better as the year has gone on and throws that one in as we...
We'll dial her up again here.
Maybe not.
Well, could this be a repeat of the opening drive at Central last week where Concord so impressive set the tone of the game?
Well, it won't be a repeat because they just threw a pass.
That's true. First and 10, it will be Canada. Strong legs, gets him out across the 45 to the 47-yard line. Larry Rice, 71, with the tackle for the Wonders.
And we'll have to watch the Kannapolis defense as they will be in their patented 50 and they'll be doing some shifting and we'll see some different looks out of them. Concord just pulled their guard and really ran Canada up in a little trap. And Canada's the workhorse. I mean, he's the one that is going to tote the mail.
He picked up 3 on that. 2nd and 7. It'll be Canada trying to get to the outside, and he is met and stopped. Taurus Johnson, the linebacker, came up and stopped him. Taurus, the senior, has been in the wars. This is his 3rd Kannapolis Concord game.
You know, the defense of Kannapolis has really kept them in a couple of games this year. We saw the defense really win the Central game for them, turn that ball game around in the last few minutes and win it. There was a couple of games that their defense has had to really play well to keep them in the ball game and then give their offense a chance to come on and win. So the defense has really proven themselves this year.
3 wide receivers on 3rd and 7 at the 47. Sloop looking on the slant. He's got Joe Ryan complete. It'll be close, depending on the spot, down at the Wonder 46-yard line.
Just a little slant right in there, and Sloop picks him up very well coming across the middle.
Let's see. Is it close enough to bring the chains on? Their survey. Yep, they're going to call an official's timeout here to bring on the guys. 9:07 to go in the opening quarter here.
You know, I think this is going to shape up to maybe one of the better Concord today. I don't know how they would get any better than what we've seen over the last few years. But the crowd really has grown. They're lining the horseshoe now all the way around the stadium. They're probably using the shoehorn up there to get any more in right now.
That close. Well, it's early. What do you do? Well, you don't have to worry about it. He said first down. I thought he was about 8 shy.
Well, he got out the old piece of paper and checked it out right there.
Look at that chain strung with the raid.
You know, there's not a lot of high school athletes that get to play in front of a crowd like this. There's some college athletes that don't get to play in front of a crowd like this. So this is exciting for these guys. It's exciting for us.
With the dampness, it's going to be tough to hang on to the banks tonight.
Well, they have to stake themselves out, I think. Bring some stakes, Mama, because we don't have to stake it out.
On 1st and 10, Canada, a huge hole in the middle. Down to the under 35-yard line. That'll be enough for another first down.
And I don't know if we can see that again, but the thing that really made that run was watch his feet as the night goes on. He was able to move his feet quickly as large as his upper body is. Watch him make this little cut to the right-hand side as he takes his feet and cuts right there.
It was Johnson finally catching up with him along with Bobby Lawson to put him on the ground, but not before they pick up another first down. This is, I think, the third one in this drive.
Kennedy can put something on you the soap won't wash off on Saturday morning, but he can also make the cuts and is an agile athlete.
Well, he had 825 yards coming into tonight's game. Here's the play fake again, and Sloop with all the time in the world, and then he is met, and the team picture finally catches up with him.
That one took a little bit too long to progress. Kennedy was out there, Sloop was out there for a good while. He gave the Wonder defense time to really get there. And one thing I will assure you that the Wonder defense will do is that's pursue to the football. They're going to run to the football.
A loss back to the Wonder 38-yard line. A loss of 2 on the play. Chalfont and Ryan are split to the top of your screen. Lee Black split to the short side on the bottom. Bowman and Canada behind Sloop. And Sloop's going to the air. Intercepted Wonders. It is Vernon Thompson. Tripped up, or he had a lot of real estate in front of him. At the 38-yard line, Larry, first turnover of the game, and I don't know if that was a busted play or what.
I don't know if Sloop got a good look because he hit the open man, but it wasn't his right there. As he steps back and looks, the only man there.
The receiver
fell down. Chalfont fell. I think he felt like maybe he was tripped and held in there a little bit. But that interception will stand right there.
Now the Wonder offense on the field after the turnover for the first time tonight. Decent field position. Their own 38-yard line. Ken Orbison starting in that quarterback position
And
again.
Concord in a fairly straight 50 defense there.
Oh, huge hole in the middle. That is Rice out to the 43-yard line. He picked up about 4 on the play. So Ronald Rice is a senior. We have not called his number much, but he had a fine game against Northwest Cabarrus last week. Over 100 rushing and scored quite a few touchdowns.
Yes, he did. And we haven't spoken much about the battle that will go on in the trenches tonight, but that's going to play a large role in this football game.
Rice is now the up back with, I believe it is, we'll see who the pitch is. That's Tyrone Washington around the left side, rolled out of bounds in front of the Wonder bench. He'll be shy of the first down near the 48-yard line. Davis on the stop, the linebacking slot for the black shirts of Concord.
Davis got there in a hurry, and I've been impressed with the Concord defense. They have really played well the last few times we've seen them.
Third down and 2. It'll be Taurus Johnson now, who's checked back in, and he'll have the first down up in the midfield. Jason Porter around the football, along with 74. And that young man is Joe Plummer. I knew that.
Joe does a good job right there. That front five for Concord really has played outstanding football the last couple of weeks.
From midfield. Orbison play fake. Options. Nothing there. give credit to Ray Spratt, the Spider back. He ran him out of bounds. Only a yard pickup.
And Spratt really got up there quickly to stop that play. We haven't seen the option a lot out of Kannapolis this year. We haven't seen anybody run the option a lot this year. Just give us a little taste of it every now and then.
And North Carolina's ran it quite a bit, but not in
You know, I think most of the high school teams have gotten away from optioning the football too much.
Single setback here on 2nd and long. And here's Orbison. The pass. Looking sidelines. Complete. 35-30. Doris Johnson down the sidelines. He will score.
Yes.
48-yard touchdown pass. What a throw by Kenny Orbison.
Well, the throw was, I'll tell you, it was right on the money because the defensive man was as close as he could possibly play that play.
There is a wonder sidelines over there, believe me.
It's not that mysterious fog, Randy, as we watch it again.
Maybe that's what hindered the defensive back there.
Hey, he split the defense right there and just laid the football right in there, and then we waited, and I thought he might have gotten knocked out right before he scored, but he did cross the plane there.
Now it'll be Sean McFalls out of the hold of Isaac Tyndall, and it's up and go. 5 minutes, 30 seconds to go, opening period. The Wonders have jumped on top by 7. Travis Ward in the fog, ready to kick it away. And it's not as bad as it looks, I don't believe, on TV.
No, it comes across in little waves there.
Wonders scoring quickly with a 48-yard touchdown pass, and this will go to Lee Black, and he can tie it in a hurry. Looking for some blocking around the corner, cuts it in, eludes one man, and will give Concord good field position out across the 30-yard line.
And they've got to be happy with that field position. The ball, Randy, doesn't seem to be too elusive or too slippery. If the field is wet at all, everybody seems to be hanging on to the ball fairly well.
5 plays. It took the Wonders a minute and 20 seconds to go 62 yards in the final 48. Touchdown reception by Johnson.
But those final 48 went down pretty quickly.
Yeah, they ran 4 of those plays for 14 yards. Yeah, it doesn't take long, does it? Here's Sloop off to Canada. And he's bang in the middle. Oops, going back this way. The Wonder defense meets him in mass at about the 35-yard line.
Well, we've got the front 5 right there for Kannapolis and Blackman and Douglas and Tolman and Rice and is it Keener? Kevin?
Keener.
Excuse me, Kevin. We'll get it right. And that front 5 really does well right there and playing well.
3 wide on 2nd down. Swoop to the air, batted down. It was Jermaine Walker, the strong safety, who got a paw on it, or that would have been a completion. Joe Ryan, the intended receiver, shaking his head. He may be shaking up just a tad.
Walker came in from that strong safety position, was able to bat that one down.
Spiders 6-3 overall. Wonders 8-1 overall. Both teams undefeated in the conference. Who will be 1, who will be 2?
You know, the good thing about this game tonight is, for both coaches, it's got to be in the back of their mind. They want to win this game, but they know they're both going to play again next week. That's got to be a good feeling.
And you got some added emotion. In addition, this is the final regular season home game for those seniors closing out their career. And whether they will be back here for another game, we'll just have to wait and see. Sloop on 3rd down. Plenty of time this time. Pumps once, and the Wonders are going to catch him in the backfield. Back at the 30-yard line. Chad did the smart thing. I think the receivers were covered, and rather than risk another turnover, he ate one for the team.
He decided to pull that one in. Now, the dangerous thing about that was he got hit from the blind side a couple times, and, you know, you can lose the football that way, get it knocked out fairly easy. Right now, Kannapolis is winning the battle of that front line.
Brandon Helms will have to kick it back to the Wonders. There he is. And it will be Bobby Lawson on the other side of the 40-yard line. High snap. Wonders will set the return up. This is an end-over-ender. Lawson loses his footing. Says, well, I'll just have to let that
I
one
believe
go.
we better let that one get by.
That's
It's
a
a good
good-
thing that he didn't stick his hand out there and touch it.
Nobody, would have about 6 black shirts would have had an escort. So, back to the 24-yard line of Vale Brown is where Kannapolis will take over for their second possession of the ball game.
With about 3 minutes to go in the first quarter, Randy.
Huge crowd on hand here at Bailey Stadium tonight, witnessing another spectacle.
It always is. Folks that don't come to any football games during the year come to this one.
Folks that don't even care about football come to this one. Ronald Rice is level right about after a yard gain. And let's see, I believe it was Kenley Forrest.
That's one of those that will rattle the cage. That's one of those that'll make the cage kind of turn inside out.
6'4", 250-pound junior defensive tackle for the Spiders. That's a great shot there. I think Woody Kane had it. Looks like it's in the twilight zone. Now these guys are in the fog. Orbison may be switching off here. Let's see. He's going to the air. We know that. That one almost picked off. Number 10, Davis, the linebacker, got a hand on it.
Davis got into the flat right there and was able to, like you say, get enough on it to knock it down, but almost enough on it to pick that one off.
Third down coming up. They need their own 34-yard line to keep the drive alive. Ball resting just over there. Excuse me, not 34, 39. Just over there on 30, 26. We'll get it right in a minute. Hey, the fog's getting in my brain here.
Is it fogging it up by any chance?
They fake the delay. Orbison complete. And it is Thompson down, but it will be enough for a wonder first down at the 40, make it 37-yard line.
And they ran a good route right there and then threw the ball in there good and tight. Really not much of a chance of anything but a catch on that. It was going to be pretty much a catch or a drop ball.
Well, so far tonight, Orbison and Sloop pretty sharp passing the football.
Throwing the football really well. I think we've seen a lot of quarterbacks throw the ball well this year.
On first down. Here comes Johnson. He's got some room. Spinning out across the 45, 48-yard line. The senior has started off in overdrive here
We can
tonight.
pick that one up again. We can see Kannapolis really seal that right-hand side off, and we can see it well from here that he had just a tremendous running lane to get into. As we watch it here again, they seal everybody. The back right there seals the defensive end, and so really his first contact's made by the secondary.
Chance Sloop making the tackle, and Concord is calling a timeout. 2:03 to go. First quarter. Wonders leading by 7. Randy Whitley along with Larry Mason and Ryan Rose has joined us here tonight in the press box. Ron Moon unable to be at this game. Ron's missed a good one, and Ryan, we're glad to have Ryan up there.
We sure are.
He's doing yeoman's work
Doing
so
a
far.
good job sending stats down the pipe here. You know, I know Coach Smith worried about Kannapolis taking this ball on in and scoring again, and he certainly didn't want Concord to get further behind in this game.
Orbison going deep. Overthrown. And Jermaine Walker open.
And actually, Jermaine kind of stopped on that, and I think if he would have kept running, he might have gone ahead and been open on that pass. It looked like he stagger stepped just a little bit as we see Coach Smith sending in the defensive instructions right there.
You've got to make a few adjustments. The way Kannapolis' offensive line, they've won the battle so far in this game. Giving Orbison plenty of time to throw it. And now they face second down from their own 48-yard line. High formation, and the toss will go to Washington. Good blocking around the corner. He's bumped out of bounds at about the Spider 44-yard line.
And he makes about a 5-yard pickup there as he takes that ball and runs downhill with it. Well, actually, it's more than 5 right there.
Pick up down to the 9-4,
Definitely need,
44-yard line.
as long long three, I guess, coming up.
Third down and 3. Gain of 7 on that last play.
Hey, this fog starts rolling in. This might look like the Carolina Gator Bowl game.
It may well be.
High formation. Tailback gets the call. Johnson stiff arms one man. Trying to get the corner. He's got the first down. Spinning. And finally down at the 35-yard line. Boy, he really whipped that ankle, but he gets up.
He really did, and I think he knew something was coming from somewhere and wanted to lay down before he took the shot to the head right there. But right now, Kannapolis is able to get the ball outside on Concord enough to get it turned north and south and start that in the running lane. They begin by running downhill. We say downhill. Most fields have a crown on them, so when they're running left to right, they're kind of running downhill, and then turn that ball upfield and get it north and south. And right now, they're winning that battle.
It's first down and 10. Spider 35-yard line. Washington has checked back in. He's got some room.
We see the same thing. And 9-yard gain.
Yeah, he had some room and he had some moves too on that one.
Runs the ball around the left end.
Chalfont finally making the tackle.
And we may see Coach Harding right now get into a pattern of calling plays. We're going to sweep left and we're going to sweep right till they come up and stop it.
Second down and less than 1 yard.
Short yard coming up. This is a luxury here.
But it's nice to be in there. We may see him go for all of it right here, Randy.
One setback. There we go with Washington. Gives a great block, and he's out of bounds inside the 5-yard line.
Big play on just a wingback reverse right there. We'll have to pick that one up again and watch that one again. And here it comes back up. It's Washington. They pull the guard. Guard takes him to the corner and kicks out right there, and Washington just really all but took that one into the end zone.
Matt Jenkins, 52, leading the Wonders downfield from that guard position. He was just getting in the way.
Now, a lot of teams with wingback call that the wingback trap. But Washington out there, he's not your wingback anymore. He's really your running back that you put right there.
It's first and goal, Wonders at the 5. It'll be Ronald Rice up the middle. Second effort, gets him close. Just shy of the goal line.
Kannapolis right now playing with a lot of intensity in this football game.
Would you say this is the best we've seen A.L. Brown look
It may be, of course.
this year? The intensity is
And
there.
I thought the Central game was the best maybe we have seen Concord look so far this year. And so both these teams seem to be coming into this game playing some of the best football they've played so far.
Second and goal inside the 1. Taurus Johnson bangs the line and touchdown, Wonders. That is touchdown number 2 for the senior running back. And he likes what he sees on the scoreboard right now as the Wonders score with 12 seconds to go here in the first period.
We see it again right there, a quick clip of it. It's nothing more than just a hard dive into the line. And Kannapolis saying our line's going to knock yours off the football for a yard. The thing Concord has to be concerned about right now is getting farther behind in this football game. And they need to come back after they get the kickoff, which they'll have one play left in this quarter or maybe a couple, and get the kickoff. And get, they're going to have to establish an offense.
Sean McFall gives the Wonders another point. They lead by 14. Wonders have struck quickly here. They lead 14-0. Maybe they wanted to get some points on the board before the fog rolled in. I don't. Maybe they knew something about the weather.
Maybe they did. At about 12 o'clock today, I didn't think we'd be playing this game. Well, between 10 o'clock this morning and 12 o'clock, I kept peeking out the window, and the raindrops were falling on somebody's head. I wasn't out there, but they were doing a good job of it.
Well, we got games called because of rain, delayed because of lightning. I've been involved in a fog game yet. And let's see who's got the football. Chalfont runs it out to the 30-yard line.
And Chalfont gets Concord good field position again. They're going to get one play off. And then we'll go to the second quarter. But right now, Coach Smith's concern is to get some offense going. Well, they're not going to get a play. They're going to wind the clock, and we're going to go to the second quarter.
You're exactly right, and that'll be it. They'll swap ends. Wonders in command early, 14-0. Bailey Stadium, quarter number 2 about to get underway. Concord with first down and 10 at their own 30-yard line. Well, they're down 14-0, Larry, but the good thing about it is it's still early in the ball game. Here's Salute. Canada hitting the line and nowhere. He's still fighting, though. No whistle. I tell you, give Maurice Canada all the credit in the world right there. He must have run 20 yards, but got nothing.
He took the licks that time, and then he's going to come back. It's going to be difficult for him to take that kind of beating all night long. There was a lot of hits right there.
That last Kannapolis drive, Larry, incidentally, 9 plays, 64 yards, and it took 2 minutes 50 seconds. The final yard by Tars Johnson. 2 passing plays for 11, 8 running plays for 53. So they're mixing it up quite well here.
And a lot of those running plays were outside. They were able to capitalize on Concord outside on that last series.
Salute out on the flat. Gets it to, let's see, we've got whistles, Bull.
Well, I think what they're doing, they're saying he was down when he caught the football, Randy. His knee was on the ground, and they're saying that he was down right there.
That was number 30 running with the football for Concord. That was Brian Higgins.
Loss on the play now, bring up a 3rd and 14.
I think that was 30.
Well, I tell you, it's getting a little bit difficult actually to see across the field. This stadium sets in a natural bowl here, and I think the fog's finding it. If it's a bowl, it's foggy as pea soup then, isn't it?
Yeah. Behind the receiver. He was trying to hit number 11 that time. That was John Folger.
Maybe rattled just a little bit right now. The Kannapolis defense maybe has him just off stride just enough to be missing those passes.
It'll bring up 4th down for the Spiders. Unable to move the ball on this possession, they'll have to kick it back.
And Kannapolis will probably get good field position after this.
Brandon Helms back to punt again tonight. He's standing inside his own 15-yard line. Wonder showing about 7 guys on the line of scrimmage, and they'll set the return up. It's a good kick this time. It will be Thompson at the 36-yard line. Looking to set the wall up, and he'll be bumped out of bounds across the far way up near midfield.
Number 5, Brandon Thompson gets the ball.
Special teams, something the Wanderers have excelled at over the years. This year, no different.
Well, they always have. It's just been a point of pride with them. And you also knew when you went in as a coach, you were going to have to prepare for it and probably have the best special team play you're going to have all year long.
48-yard line. They're on. That's where Kannapolis will start. This is their, 3rd possession. They've scored the first 2 times they got the football.
That's pretty good percentage right there. Every time you have the football, you're able to put points on the board.
And it will be Rice running inside Spider territory down near the 47-yard line.
And they take the football inside right there. I'm a little bit surprised. I don't know if you are, that Kannapolis has been able to control the football as well as they have against this Concord defense. Last week, Concord really did a job shutting down Central.
Yeah. Eyebrows have raised somewhat here, just a little bit. That was Tars Johnson, my correction on that last carry. And the toss, this time, is Washington. They had a hold of him, but couldn't hang on, and he kept the legs moving and got near the first down marker.
33,
And they're trying to work outside again. They're pretty much into a pattern of let's take the ball inside, and then let's take the ball outside, and they exploit every area that we can right now.
Cortez Robinson in on the last stop for the Spiders. So it's 3rd down and short. 43-yard line, just shy of the 43 of Concord. Here goes Johnson, bang in the middle. I don't know.
It's going to depend on the spot right here.
He was met by the team picture that time for Concord. Number 50, Kelly Forrest, the defensive tackle. As the first guy there.
The long football gets them a first down right here. If it's too short, they won't have it.
It's short to 42. There's an official timeout for measurement.
They'll bring the chain games on. This will be their second appearance of the night. I look from our vantage point. The fog is now, it's like it's going to the goal line. It's inside the 30. It's on the 30. That's it.
Working toward the horseshoe end of the field down there.
Yes, sir. Prevailing winds have taken over. They've got that jet stream. It will be a first down with the long ball.
Well, that's been two that Kannapolis has had by the skin of the football right there.
The first down at the 42-yard line. And we have got 8:50 left first half.
And you talk about the pigskin, they were hoping that'd be the fat piggy right down there so he could get them the first down.
I tell you, it might be the only pig to survive with all these barbecues around the area. Toss will go to Washington this time. Gets a good block at the line of scrimmage and goes for about 5. Speaking of barbecues, hey, we got something different. No cow patty bingo this week, Larry. What do we got?
Get that over with. We got the Concord and chicken dinner. That'll be next Saturday at the fairgrounds. $6 for a whole chicken there, Randy, and $3.50 for a half chicken, and they're working on our trip to Ireland.
That's right. We're going to Orlando, and then we're going to Ireland this year. So
that's with the Concord band, of course.
That's right. They do it. We get to see them here at halftime. So we'll send that band to Ireland. To give to Rice. Oh, is he hit? Canada put the finishing touches there. That's kind of like the final nail. Oh, he nailed it for sure.
It was, and all the flags came out at the same time, so all the refs saw this penalty at the same time, whatever it's going to be.
By unanimous decision.
There wasn't any doubt about it. I think we got a face mask here.
That is the call against Concord.
And this is, of course, there's the 2 penalties on the face mask, the unintentional and the intentional. I believe we're going to get the whole intentional one this time.
And that will give Wonders excellent field position, moving all the way to the 21-yard line of Concord.
Coach Smith said, hey, guys, we don't need this one now.
First down and 10. 21-yard line. Wonders up by a couple of touchdowns. Have looked impressive here this first half. Orbison directing things on offense. It will be Johnson leaping over a few folks. He said, well, I'll just go through the hole. I'll go over it. And he gets down to about the 18.
He kind of rode the wave. That was kind of body surfing right there in the pile and was able to get about 3 yards out of that.
Ain't no sharks out there.
No. Listen to those cowbell rings. Speaking of cows, there's some cowbells in the stands.
It's second down and 7. Orbison keeps it this time. Cuts it up the middle, saw a hole, and that is wrestled to the ground at the 13-yard line.
And I think that was really a designated play right there. I don't think Orbison, it was almost a counter option play, but I really think he was going to run the ball all the way.
Jason Porter really laid it to him once he caught up with him with the tackle for Concord.
The place that Kannapolis has hurt Concord so much thus far in the game has been that they've been able to get into these third and short situations, second and short situations. They've been able to get positive yardage and fairly big chunks out of it on the early downs.
Third down, they need a short 2, and Johnson eludes one man, gets the first down, and he's off to the races, folks. Back to the 5-yard line. Tyrus Johnson is showing us why he's the senior leader out there tonight.
He really has played well, and that was a great run right there. And had he been able to keep his feet, probably would have taken that one into the end zone.
So you remember last year, running back from Concord had a fantastic half of football, Jay Graham. And, well, I tell you, I think Tyrus is still on adrenaline right now.
He really is.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Well, I was going to say, if Kannapolis takes this one in and scores, don't count Concord out of this football game.
Ronald Rice bangs the middle down to about the 2 or 3 yard line. Forrest on top of him.
Rice carries the ball.
And we'll bring up second down and goal.
I think we've got somebody down right now, Randy.
Looks like a member of the Spiders, and that's, well, we just can't see the number here. We'll take a timeout and be back to check on that for you. 5 minutes, 51 seconds left in the first half.
on that last
Back at Bailey Stadium, Terrell Roseman, number 13, the senior nose guard for Concord, is, we're glad to say, up and walking under his own power, although there is a slight limp. That is, could have been Worth. We suspected it was Worth when he first got injured here.
It may be. It looks like maybe an ankle there, maybe a little twisted knee, but he may be back. A little bit difficult to tell right there.
And we're about ready for action again as it'll bring up second down and goal. Wonders knocking on the door again. Ball at the 3-yard line.
This is a big defensive stand right now for Concord.
They'll flop the end Behrman to the left side. And again, we'll go to Johnson. He moves one hit and got to about the 1-yard line. Chad Sloop over there kind of fighting off the opposition, and Jason Porter finished him off.
Sloop was able to work up the field, and Porter came up to make the tackle. Porter played well against Central Bears last week, and is a mainstay right there in that defensive line.
No gain on the
Big play coming up right there. If they can stop them right here, and then Kannapolis make a decision on the 3 or 6. It could put Concord psychologically, give them a boost right now.
Now the ball is resting between the 1 and 2-yard line. So 3rd and goal coming up. High formation for the green and white. Orbison calls his number and scores.
Well, if you saw the gap that was right there, if we come back and look at that, there was a fairly large gap in the line right there. Orbison may have just checked off the line of scrimmage and kept the football.
Either that or just said, heck, I'm not handing it off. I'm going.
Well, he could have done that. We see the gap there. He just steps right in there where the defense created a natural seam.
You saw 22 there, the fullback, Ronald Rice. He may have been the guy who's going to get the ball, but he didn't because Orbison took it in. It is now 20-0. Wonders scoring, extending their lead. McFalls, extra point is up, and he is 3 for 3 in that category tonight. Wonders scoring with 4:54 left in the first half, and they take a commanding 21-0 lead.
We'd like to remind our fans that next time is very fine for
Kannapolis consumes 5:23. They go 53 yards and 11 plays, capped off by Orbison's touchdown sneak. And they lead 21-0. And Travis Ward, who's been a busy young man tonight, kicking off. This will be the start of the game. This is his 4th kickoff of the first half.
And I don't think anyone ever expected this game to be at this point right now.
And out to about the 27-yard line. Billy Chalfont
25-yard line.
returns the ball out there, and Concord will get decent field position to start the game. Now they still got plenty of time. They've got to get something going here.
They need to get their offense in gear and maybe do something that's, go ahead and open up a little bit. At this point, you're going to have to do something to try to get back in this football game. I actually could have seen this ball game right now being 0-0.
Yeah, I don't think anybody would have thought this much because at this stage. And they'll toss it to Canada. Chad Behrman gets a hold and holds on. Nice tackle by Chad Behrman.
Chad did a good job right there of playing that defensive end position.
And he's got some strong hands, strong grip in that young man. That is not an easy job to do, is tackle Maurice Kennedy. Maurice coming at you 6'2", 225.
You know, we've talked all year about the losses that Concord suffered and Easy B rebuilding that program. Kannapolis had their share of losses during the year of quality athletes also, and Coach Harding started from ground zero in a few positions there.
Well, they lost, in the backfield, Johnson was out. We saw him injured in the South Berlin game and set out 4 or 5 weeks. Sloop to the air, over the middle, on the drag pattern. He's got a man complete, steps out of a tackle. Lee Black does the hook slide at midfield.
Of course, everybody knows that Lee Black is. We can pick this up. Lee just ran a little hook and drug back across the middle, and Sloop waited for him to come open and pick him up. And that's what they need. They need to get back in this game, and they need a touchdown before the halftime if they can possibly get it.
Give the offensive line some credit. Well, they kept the green shirts out.
Plenty of time right there as he was able to pick the Black up coming across the middle.
He said, I'm not taking on Vernon Thompson. I'm going to slide under you. I'm safe. just on the underside of midfield. First down and 10. Spiders' best field position in quite some time. Sloop reverses his field. Can he get away? No, sir. Jermaine Walker, the second wave, caught up with him for a loss back at the Concord 36-yard line.
And when you reverse the field against a team like Kannapolis, and you expect no one to be there, a team as well coached as Kannapolis, that's difficult to do because they're going to usually be at home and they're usually going to be where they're supposed to be.
Well, Walker is a junior strong safety, and we've seen him make some key tackles all year.
We really have. And I think Sloop, as the evening goes on, will find that once he starts in the direction that he's going to throw the football, he'll probably be better off just to continue in that direction.
Did you see Larry Rice, 71, put the brakes on out there? He was chasing him. And Sloop on second down. Plenty of time over the middle this time. Complete. And a nice catch. There's John Baldwin, who came back on the football and got back to the original line of scrimmage.
And John does a good job catching the football. As we said again, Sloop has pretty good time right here. And throws it in. Very good defense. So he did a good job of getting the ball in right there. Got back to the loss, and now it's 3rd and 10. It's terrible to throw past that's that good and gains that much, and you're still got 10 yards to go.
That one was not going to be intercepted. Had the Wonder corner come up, got that one, we'd have given him the Play of the Year award.
So Concord's going to have to use a timeout with 1:38 to go right here.
We'll break and be back to Manley Stadium after this. Spiders faced with 3rd down and 10 with 98 seconds to go in the first half. And they are facing an inspired Wonder team tonight who's been literally perfect here in the first half. Here's Sloop on 3rd and 10. Rolling, now going down the middle, incomplete. He was looking, I believe that was Black. Yeah. Number 6 coming over the middle about the 25-yard line. That'll bring up 4th down. Brandon Helms will be on the punt.
And Chad throwing into pretty heavy coverage right there. That ball was really up for grabs, even though it was well thrown. He was kind of trying to steal one from the defense.
Well, we hope you'll stay tuned. We've got 2 great bands for you at halftime, and they won't even have to cut the fog machine on tonight to give the special effects. It's God, the Lord who has provided tonight.
Blow the fog away.
Wonders have no one back in punt receiving formation. Helms going to kick it. And they should get a pretty good roll on this one. It hits, and we'll go dead inside the 10-yard line.
You know, so far, we were just talking about, Randy, Kannapolis has scored every time they touch the football, as we see a few pensive faces right there in the Concord cheerleaders saying, let's get it going, guys.
We've got 25 minutes and 19 seconds to go in this game, and as explosive as the Spiders are, you don't count them out. 21-0. It's only one half of football. That's why they play 2, isn't it, Coach?
Well, that second half can be a killer sometimes. The last few minutes can just, take it away from you.
Battle for the South Piedmont Conference Championship here in 1993. The winner will get the number 1 seed in the playoffs and be at home next week to Winston-Salem Glen, I believe. And the number 2 finisher will go on the road to High Point Andrews, which won a state championship. We witnessed against this Kannapolis team a couple of years ago.
And it's kind of the good news and the bad news. The good news is you're going to be in the playoffs, and the bad news might be one of you is going to have to go to High Point Andrews. And I understand they've got one of the larger high school teams in the state.
That's a beautiful place, beautiful facility.
And that's not number-wise, that's body-wise.
32-yard punt that time by Helms. Here's Johnson. Well, he won't give up. Got out to about the 10-yard line before he stopped.
It's really difficult to say what this game means to these youngsters. They hear it from their dad, they hear it from their cousins, they hear it from their uncles, they hear it from their mama. Even if mama gets on them this week about winning the Concord Kannapolis game, their folks went to school here in Kannapolis, and their relatives went to those schools. So they kind of get an earful about this week.
Yep.
Well, back in 1960, 1912 when I was playing for Concord. No, that was Ick Alley. I did.
1912.
That was Ick that was telling me that.
He started the school early too. He was started school at an early age.
Well, Ick showed me a gentleman that came in tonight and he said he's been here for 30 years in a row for this football game. He even came home from Vietnam to go to it. That's a pretty good trip.
Get your commanding officer to let you go, that's for sure. That will be it here in the first half. It has been all A.L. Brown in the first 24 minutes. They lead 21-0. Nothing our halftime score. Let's take a look at those first half stats. As you can see, that Wonder defense has really just neutralized the rushing attack for Concord.
Well, you know, -7, that's a pretty big surprise for us because with Kennedy back there, I don't think we ever expected that. You can tell that Kannapolis spent a lot of this week working on that defensive front.
Spiders 1 turnover, and they've had to punt it 3 times, 37, almost 38-yard average. For the A.L. Brown Wonders, you'll see why they're up 21-0. They had things their way in the rushing department.
And they've taken a page out of Forest Hill's playbook and started taking that football outside. A lot of that yardage came on that outside sweep, and I think that's something that Concord probably went into the locker room at halftime and made some adjustments. They know they're going to have to stop that.
The leading rusher in the first half, Tars Johnson. Obviously, for Kannapolis, he had 52 yards on 12 carries. Washington with 5 carries for 45 yards. For Concord, it was Black. Excuse me, not Black, but Canada, 19 yards as the kick will go almost out of bounds, and it did go out of bounds, Larry, down at the 16-yard line. That's where Kannapolis will hit the football.
Washington takes the kickoff.
The kick actually didn't go out of bounds, but the player picked it up and stepped out of bounds. Had it gone out of bounds, it would have been a penalty, and we would have kicked the ball over. But what he did was he picked the ball up and stepped on the sidelines, or was standing on the sideline when he picked it up.
You think the key to this game, that Kannapolis offensive line, they're getting 4.46 yards per carry, and that will win you a ball game just about any time. And then the defense has been stingy, so it's been one in the trenches tonight. Kannapolis has been the hungrier of the two, at least through the first 24 minutes.
And Kannapolis now almost with an unbalanced line. They're really strong to the right-hand side, so let's see if they bring the ball to this side.
Well, they will toss it. Here is Washington, drunk down from behind. Got maybe a yard, possibly 2 that time.
And Concord knows they've got to get in and make a defensive stand right now and get the football back. There's only 48 minutes that they have left to be played, or 24 minutes left to be played in this football game. 21 points down. And those 21 points, not only do they put you ahead, but they make it easier to play defense.
It sure does. It's second down. Fullback with a call. Ooh, what a hit. Glancing blow that time. It was 77 Jason Porter there. Damian Davis, the linebacker, was in there. And there was nowhere to go for Ronald Rice.
And we talked about Porter's play over the last couple of weeks. The beat stand right here. If they can hold him and make him punt the football, which would be the first time tonight that they've had to punt the football, and get it back and get something on the board, that would really be that psychological boost and that motivation that they need right now to get this ball game turned around a little bit.
For Concord, you know, it's not been too many times Kannapolis has been faced with 3rd down and 7. And there you see Easy Smith. We'll see if Ferguson sticks it in the air this time. Play fake coming down the line. He'll option. It is going to be a first down. Beautiful run by Tyrone Washington around the left side.
That one's going to come back with a clip.
Yep, we see it drop back at about the 16, 17
Right at the point of attack, there was a block in the back, and that play is going to come back.
No wonder it worked so well.
Well, it does work well back, and actually, I think the defensive man turned his back on the offensive man, and sometimes that creates clips and blocks in the back that really weren't intended to be.
Looking around at the fog, it has lifted somewhat as is rising here at Bailey Stadium. And there you have the Concord Spider Fieldhouse. I don't think we've ever seen fans sitting up there in this game before.
Then they're calling holding on that, but I'm still going to call it a block in the back because I get to call what I want to up here.
You have been penalized this year,
and that's what I saw, and that's what we're going to call.
How many people do you think here?
Oh, well, there's enough to pay the bills. This is a good gate. I'll tell you what, they love having this one every year.
Third down, they need their own 26-yard
ball's on
line.
ground.
And the Spiders may have it. They do.
And this is the break they were looking for.
It is 77. You mentioned Jason Porter's name a lot tonight, and he gets the steal, so to speak, as he got the pigskin.
You know, a lot of teams, a lot of times, young people, it doesn't matter how much you talk to them, when you get that big lead and you come back and they want to sit on it just a little bit and relax just a little bit, that's a difficult part of coaching, and that was yet to be seen if Kannapolis to try to sit on this 21-point lead.
Well, Larry, in this position, the Spiders, they've got to punch it in here.
Well, to get the football in this close this early is a major big break.
Kennedy up the middle inside the 5, bumps off one man, bumps off a second, he will score! What a terrific run by Kennedy, the junior.
Well, he just wasn't going to be denied that time.
He took Kannapolis' best shot up the middle and still put it in the end zone.
We picked this one up, I'm sure that our guys will show us this one again.
We can figure those stats. One play for 7 yards.
Hammered right there, just a big shot, and then 2 more and drags them on into the end zone.
Sometimes the best, quickest way to the goal line is up the middle, and they did that.
That was the shot and arm that they needed. They got it early, and they couldn't have, Coach Smith couldn't ask for any more. Get the fumble and get there early, and now we're going to have enough extra point right here, and they didn't need that.
Chaffon unable to come up with the football. Low snap, and the Wonders will thwart a little bit of pride that time. They get a little bit of a brag as they stop the extra point. 10 minutes, 16 seconds to go when the Spiders have finally got on the board. Eagle Eye Ryan Rosar, stats and spot man. He's got some interesting stats for you on that drive.
Listen, I wasn't great in math, but I'm going to tell you, I can figure this one out. There was one play for 7 yards by number 7 for 7 points. No, 6 points. That's all they got to get out of that one. They didn't get the 7.
John Christian kicks it off, and it will go down to about the 10-yard line. Here's Taurus Johnson. Well, he made 2 guys miss. Lose the third one, lose the fourth one. They finally caught up with him. Taurus ran 147 yards and got back to the 25-yard line.
I said, well, I don't like that way. I'm going to try this way, and then I'm going to shake and bake it one time, and Concord shut the oven door on that shake and bake that time.
See?
Sometimes you have to wake the guys up a little bit. That little fumble there and that little score by Concord, not little, that's a big score. I shouldn't call it little. That may be the thing that will wake Kannapolis up early in this second half.
Well, let's see if that defense now for Concord can respond, or can that offensive line for Kannapolis keep it going as Johnson carries out across the 25 to the 28. Larry, you mentioned shake and bake. That puts me in the mind of chicken. Tell me a little bit about something here.
The old chicken dinner going to be by the Concord Band at the fairgrounds next Saturday. You get the whole bird. I believe I hear that chicken clucking now. For $6, you get the whole bird. For $3.50, you get half of it.
That's to help raise funds for the Iowa trip for the Concord.
That's right. Randy and I are going to be taking up money on the corner.
Orbison going deep. Jermaine Walker behind the secondary, complete to the Spider 34-yard line. Great toss by Kenny Orbison, and Walker had his man beat.
And that was we saw the same play in the first half, where the pass receiver kind of pulled up and the pass was overthrown, but on this one he ran the pattern all the way out.
He just couldn't catch up. On the defense there was Brandon Helms trying to...
And Walker got behind the defense, and Helms just really didn't get deep enough in that zone.
Yeah, here come the Wonders back. They might be answering that touchdown with a little offense of their own at the 34-yard line now of Concord. Rice hit, stop, loss. And Forrest, who's playing out of his shoes tonight, the junior defensive tackle. He's not being fooled
I'll
much.
tell you, that was just a really super hit right there. Did all that one on his own.
They lose it back to the 36-yard line. Loss of 2. 8.5 minutes to go, third period. Wonders 21, Concord 6. High formation. They fake it to the fullback. Orbison keeps it and runs it. And then Lee Black caught up with it. Down to about the 31-yard line.
Actually, Orbison got caught up with his own man on that play, or might have been able to get a little more out of that. And they gave it the option look, but I really don't think he ever had, just to kind of have this feel, I don't think he ever had any intention of pitching the football.
If the Wonders win, they'll keep that bell over there and put another coat of green on it. If the Spiders can come back and take this game, there'll be an exchange at the conclusion of the game. And they'll be painted black and gold before midnight.
I'll assure you the paint is ready.
Orbison looking, pocket breaks down, Kenny running for his life, and he is sandwiched. Ran into some black shirts there. 77, Jason Porter, the senior once again, and Philip Stallings, who was our co-player of the game last week, on the hit. And now looks like Forrest is injured. Or a little checking it. Maybe he's just thinking.
Well, thinking about his next hit. Just wait till the next one comes through here. There was about 22 bodies standing on the same piece of turf right there. Did you see the Texas game last night where they had the big buffalo over there, the big longhorn? He's not a buffalo, he's a big cow, and he had his own little patch of grass out there on the astroturf.
He was taking care of that pasture.
He was taking care of it. He could have been a cow patty bingo.
This is the first Kannapolis punt of the night. Orbison flags are down, and Orbison kick is down inside the 5 and rolls into the end zone.
I think this will go against Kannapolis, so we'll have to decide whether Concord will take this or the Spiders may not be given the choice.
Illegal procedure is going to be the call. If Concord takes the penalty, that may give Orbison a little more room, but I don't, like you said, they're going to decline it, I believe. Ran out on the touchback.
A little human interest story. Coach Brown, we saw Coach Jim Brown come in the gate, and the Central game was postponed tonight. Central's field was standing underwater over there. I think it rained more at Central. I don't know. I was over there
further south there.
And his daughter's here cheering, and Coach Brown watching the two teams that knocked him out of the conference championship. I bet he's sitting down there saying, "Oh, if I could just have one more chance, one more play."
As they say, Jim, wait till next year, right? And he'll get that chance. They've got a good team. And Canada out near the 30-yard line. Jim's going to have a good nucleus back next year.
Well, we have to congratulate him on the way his youngsters have played this year. They came up just a little short in those games. And
well, they talk about that. Get sports being a game of inches. Couple of plays here and there, the fumble at Kannapolis, and then the ball that went off the goalpost at the end of the first half. I mean, there's a couple of things.
It's one thing to get beat by a lot of points, and you can kind of spin the winner leading with that, but to get beat the way that Central has and losing those close ones, that's going to make for a long winter of figuring out just, well, we could have.
I'll tell you one thing, more torturous than those coin tosses he's lost the last couple of years. That's he's lived it, I want to tell you.
Well, I think they had really already decided they were going to get a ringer come in from out in Las Vegas if he would have gotten into a tie situation this year.
You think Donald Trump would have showed up for that one?
Maybe somebody. I think they had already looked into that.
Jared Tarkanian would have flipped it. Here's Sloop on second down, looking to the air. Over the middle, complete, first down, Spiders, midfield. Lee Black to the Wonder 44-yard line, and don't write this one down in the W column yet for the green and white.
Well, that's the play that they ran in the first half. Only they're going in the other direction. They drive Lee Black down about 15 yards, and then they drag him back across the middle. You can't see his pattern, but what he did was he went down about 15 to 16 yards, and then he drags back across the middle of the field, and Sloop's able to pick him out and lead him just enough there to get the good completion.
That's Black's third catch of the night for about 60-some yards. He's been productive. Here's Sloop on the fly, going to Black, off his fingertips at the 5. No flag.
Well, actually both men were going for the football right there, so that one was up for grabs.
Benny Russell, Benny and the Jets. He had the Jets turned on to catch up with Black.
Black got a smile on his face and, man, I just about had that one. And actually this football comes closer to being completed than it looked like it was going to.
Well, that's an exciting incompleted pass.
It really is. That's a difficult pass to complete. When you're throwing downfield and you're going from the whole ball of Black, you've got to have your man open and you've got to put it right on the mark.
Concord crowd, a little bit more life back into them now. They've been kind of quiet after that impressive first half by the Wonders. And swoop to the air. Oh, they're going to go on the delay. Kennedy up the middle. Eludes a couple of guys. And it was Ben Teal, the linebacker, who stayed in there and made the tackle. He was the last guy, really, or it would have been big yardage.
Well, Ben has been around, not to have the pun, but he's been there before and knows what's going on. That was a good call right there. The little delay and the little draw.
Well, it sets up third down. They still need just inside the Wonder 39, or 34, excuse me, to keep the drive going. 4 minutes to go, third period. Fans on their feet. Salute, looking about it, and he won't have a chance. Wonders with their second sack of the game. Jermaine Walker.
And that one just broke down. The Wonders really had to rush on, and it broke down right there in the middle of the Concord line, and really no time to throw the football.
And I see Brandon Helms. He's already entered the playing field. He'll be on the punt.
So Concord got it going there just a little bit, and then it broke down on them, and they can't afford too many of those as we got 3:30 left in the third quarter.
Here's Bobby Lawson. He's the punt returner for the Wonders. And there's Helms. Kannapolis got the return set up. Beautiful punt. Lawson will field it, though. There will be a return from the 13. He scoots by about 3 guys, and now almost got out of it to the 20-yard line.
Had Lawson been able to take about 2 more steps right there, he might have taken that one all the way because he got him away from the initial way downfield on his own. They really didn't get into a wall. He just broke out of that.
I'll tell you one thing, the special teams, they always are good for one heart throb a game, aren't they?
Always. Always.
That one almost got the blood pressure going there. Kannapolis back to the attack. On first down at their own 20-yard line. The toss will go to Tyrone Washington, and he will be hemmed in and stopped at the line of scrimmage. Coming up is Cortez Robinson, the weak side defensive end, the junior, number 9.
And that's the play in the first half that Kannapolis ran so well, and they were able to get quite a bit of yardage out of that. So Concord made some adjustments at defense on half, and they've been able to stop that play. They played a little better defense.
What do you think about this game, Larry? Both the turnover in the first half, the interception by Kannapolis turned into a score, and then the fumble that the Spiders recovered turned into a score. So good teams always capitalize on those turnovers. Right now, the Spiders are looking for another one, but Washington says, I'm going to show you what I can do. As he's down the sidelines into the secondary, and did he step out of bounds? We'll wait and see. He's down to the Concord 35-yard line.
If he stepped out, I don't see a referee, but he was able to. He picked up some good blocks right there. We'll be able to pick this one up again and see if we can pick up the blocks and then just walk the tightrope down the sideline.
45 yards on the run by Washington.
That was one of the better runs we've seen this year, but watch as it goes down. He picks a block up here, and he picks that block up, runs out of that tackle, and it looked like that was going to knock him out of bounds, and then Chalfant was actually able to take him down there.
Wonders in business at the 35. They'll go to Johnson, who hits the middle and spins for 4. Boy, that was a backbreaker run right there by
Washington. It really was, and it looked like he was going to be knocked out of bounds on before he gained the big yardage, so to speak. But I think that hit was really high on him, and he just wasn't able to knock him out.
Nearing 90 seconds to go here in the third period.
This has been the first game we've had a clock on the field that we could see in quite a while.
That you could see.
Well, that was running and working. I could see the others, but the little dials weren't moving.
Washington around the end. There may be a loose football. Let's see. Concord recovers the Wonder fumble. Well, just when you thought the Wonders were getting ready to apply the killer close, here comes the Spiders defense with another big turnover.
A big break right there for Concord because this crowd has really gotten cranked up.
Bruce is saying, well, can't do nothing, can't play. He just kind of puts his hand in his pocket and walks back up the sidelines.
Well, once it gets cranked up on Friday night, you've done all you can do.
That's one of the possessions. That's, I guess, the most material possession, other than the SBC conference hardware the champion gets. They're playing for tonight. Canada hits the middle, and he's shut down after about a yard.
There's probably been more stories and told about that bell. More war stories in this town. 63 games now.
Concord leads the overall series. Now that would be a good trivia question. Now that playoff game 2 years ago between these two teams, that does not count in the overall series records. Apples leads in that playoff series.
It's kind of like having a leap year there.
All right, they didn't have a bell play for that game. Well, they were playing for a lot. Right there, trip to Chapel Hill that night. Slew finally uncorks it down the sidelines, overthrown.
Well, he found his man and he was open, but he just really put too much mustard on the ball.
Looking for Marty Barnhart that time. Well, I'll tell you what, man, Chad, hanging in there with all that. You can see the breath and feel it breathing on your neck there, and that pocket was closing down in a hurry. 14 seconds to go, third period.
Actually, he would have been a little better off to have underthrown that football, and the receiver could have come back to it.
It's third down at the Spider 27-yard line. 3 wideouts. Salute on the delay. Here's Kennedy. He spins out of a tackle. He'll have the first down out to the Spider 41-yard line, and there is a late penalty marker, and that may be some additional yardage tacked on.
And if that's personal foul right there, they'll get 15 more. He ran out of the tackle by Rice right there. Rice had him around the lower body there, around the ankles, and he was able to just run out of that tackle and then pick up the big yardage.
Wait a minute, that's going to go against Concord.
Another way.
Well, something had to be said. I didn't see anybody up there except the ball carrier at the point of tackle. Well, that will negate your first down.
The penalty occurred at the Concord 41-yard line at 15-yard line.
6 seconds.
Moves the ball back to the 26.
So back to about the original line of scrimmage there. After all was said and done, and nullify the run by Canada.
And a clip right there. Didn't see that one.
Third down.
There's a lot of green shirts over there. Probably not going to get this play off here, as 3 periods will be in the books. 12 more minutes to decide the South Piedmont Conference Championship. And it's the Wonders leading by 15.
No, that was me dropping my partial plate there.
It's just not partial anymore.
Broke the whole little thing.
Spiders on third down. They air it out the flat to Black, and he will not get away this time. Jermaine Walker hung on and waited for the posse to arrive.
Well, Walker kind of stood him up and held him until the
I think it was Ben Teal who came in.
Teal was able to get in and do the form tackle job on him.
You hold him low, I'll be there when I can. Well, that's
50 cents apiece.
going to set up fourth down, and Helms is on to kick it away again, and now Annapolis should get decent field position as Thompson and Lawson are deep back at about midfield.
Back three for the Wonders. Number 5, Vernon.
Wonders have set return up all night tonight. You just wonder, when is this next time they're going to send the kitchen sink and everybody else?
And now Concord's going to get hit with too much time. They had some difficulty getting one of their men on the field.
Flag on the play. It's all foul.
Yeah, it's bad enough when you play your opponent with 11, but when you got 10 out there, you need a little help.
You don't want 10 on that kicking game, that's for sure.
That'll bank them up another 5 yards now.
It's not bad. You can sneak maybe 12 in there on that one.
How fast can the referee count, man?
Get it in there and snap it quick and kick it before he starts counting.
A line driver turns over. Lawson Fields, 45, 40, breaks a tackle. Down the sidelines, look out! Bobby Lawson! Out of bounds, inside the 5. Chance Luke pushed him out.
Well, Mr. Whitley, you called it. You said, how long can it be? And it was that play right there. Lawson's just been itching to get his hands on the football.
And that puts the Wonders in biz at the 2-yard line.
And we picked this one up again. Hey, I don't think he ever got in the wall. I think he just kind of created his own thing out there.
He body surfed down the
He
sideline.
really did. Okay, we're not going to get this one.
Excellent return. It puts the Wonders now with special teams. Here we go. They've set the offense up. 1st and goal. Early in the 4th period, Kannapolis 21, Concord 6. Kannapolis trying to get more, and here off the left side is Washington. Touchdown, Kannapolis. Tyrone Washington with his first touchdown of the night. Kind of a reward for that long run back in the 3rd quarter, and the Wonders have extended their lead now.
It really was. And if you watch, there's some natural seams created right here. Concord gets up the field just a little bit too much, and when you get up the field like that, you create some natural seams. And Washington was able to get in them and take advantage of them. But the key to that play right there was the punt return that set it all up.
Well, we've got the extra point coming up here momentarily. Right now we've got a cramp, and we'll recap that play. It's pretty easy to recap that one. One play, 3 yards, took 4 seconds. Washington with the score. Face of a battle. I want to tell you, friend.
This man's been in a war.
Jason Porter.
He said, oh, it doesn't hurt that bad. I'll be back in just a second. Give me a drink of water.
He's a tough young character, I tell you. Fine young man. That is defined student athlete, I want to tell you. 250-pound senior defensive lineman. He said, I don't need any help getting off the field.
I can do it on my own.
Glad to see Jason walk off. McFalls now on for the extra point. Temple the hold, good snap, spot. McFalls now 4 of 4 on the night, and the Wonders extend their lead 28-6 with 10:55 to go in the ball game. Randy Whitley along with the library, Sir Larry Mason.
Randy, if you need any tissue paper, there's a bunch of it.
I want to tell you,
The stands over here on the Concord side.
Walmart is out, folks, if you need to make a late run.
I think they're rolling the stands.
Well, Halloween's a week late here. Down to the 11-yard line, and he went down to one knee, and that's where it will be whistled. And I tell you, it's tough luck tonight. That's the 2nd time that Brian Higgins, he's had trouble. Goes down to one knee to make sure, and he got just enough of the turf, the official says, right there on the sidelines. And Concord will have to start at their own 11-yard line.
Did you like that move?
No.
No, I don't either.
Not on something like that.
Been touched. Of course, then there's. I think on a kick like that you should be able to get up and run the football.
You know all these coaches. They go to the rules making committee. We know Rick Struck up at Chapel Hill. Let's put in our vote for that.
Well, I don't know that they go to the rules making committee. They go to the rules hearing committee.
They may hear us.
That's one rule I would like, but of course that's all in safety of the players, and that's a safety rule right there.
Now Salute going to be filling in the air full of footballs. He's got Lee Black, who, I tell you, that's a talented young man out there. He can spin, and what he does with the football is the most dangerous thing after he gets it. He got an extra, 10 yards?
Yeah, he did. He has played probably one of the better games we've seen him play.
Kannapolis, that defense, you kind of play a little soft. Don't let them get behind you now.
I think they'll soften up a little bit, and we'll probably see them bring to their line a little bit also. They'll mix it up a little bit right now.
Well, the Spiders can come down here and stick a quick one in. There's still plenty of time to go in this game. We're down to right at 10 minutes to go in the
And
fourth
they've got their secondary backed off about 12, and they're playing halves right now. They're in kind of a cover 2.
Canada breaks the seam, breaks a tackle down the sidelines. Brought down inside the 35. It was Russell getting him from the ankles.
I'm going to tell you something. This guy has made a lot of folks at Concord forget that Jay Graham was here last year. Not that Jay wasn't a great back, but I think everybody thought that, well, Jay's gone, and so the running game's going to be gone. And if we'll watch it right here.
Good line on the hole there.
And they open it up again. He just does a terrific job of running the football.
So one of the Wonder defenders trying to get him up high, and you don't take him up high. 35 yards on the run.
Hey, you know what makes it scary? If I were to coach on the other teams, he's just a junior.
Yep. Salute pumps once, and it's tackled and sacked. It is 64. Kevin Keener, the senior defensive end, who got him.
Kevin came in and had him around the ankles, and he really was able to take him down before that play ever got off the ground.
3 sacks tonight by the Wonder defense. Jan Salute. Jan was waiting for some folks to break open, and he's playing a heck of a game out there. He's really shown us a cool presence on the field directly.
Chad's just a junior, and he'll also be back. Greg Smith's looking at some pretty good returnees next year. But here was a situation where Chad turned away and was trying to see what Coach Smith was saying, and when he turned away, the line jumped, not knowing what was going on. And that is a mistake that you just don't want to happen.
They wanted to see what was going on too, and the officials threw the flag. Not many folks have left this ball game.
It looks like there's still a good ring around the old football field up there.
Maybe similar. He says, well, those who got here first will have to leave last because somebody's parked behind me.
They have to ride the second load.
From the 40-yard line, Canada breaks it, trying to the outside, and somebody got him by the ankles, and that somebody was Tyrone Washington. Or he would have had about another 7 or 8 yards.
A little counter play there, just a little counter trap.
Chad Salute, 6 carries, negative yardage tonight, 37 yards in the minus column, and a lot of those sacks really eat up all the good things that he's done. Right. There you see the hill. Now, there you see up there on the Snyder Fieldhouse. I've never been up there before.
The upper deck.
Kind of reminds you of James Madison University. They sit out across the railroad track up there. Salute looking for Black down the sidelines, underthrown.
Didn't get the throw that he wanted on that ball.
The J on the play was Duncan Williams.
We talk about forgetting Jay Graham here. They haven't forgotten Jay Graham here. And they'll sure be remembered in Tennessee probably over the next 3 years.
I think Jay was he's redshirted this year, I believe. Is that correct?
Well, he got to play in some. You could be redshirted and actually dress for a few games. So he did dress for a few games.
Lawson with a explosive punt return to set up that last Wonder touchdown the last time he touched the football, and now Helms, beautiful kick. It's not going to be returned. Fair catch signal for, and it will roll dead at the 11-yard line of Kannapolis.
I know my old ex-principal Gary Drennan, he's an old volunteer man. He can tell you about the balls up there. They've had a good year, and I know Jay's happy to be part of that program.
You see where the stands begin and the stands end? I know.
Oh, look like people to me.
Having a good time. I saw one of the kids, I think the same kid was at Memorial Stadium in Kannapolis a couple of weeks ago, was already, before the game started, he was doing the Olympic trials of rolling down the hill.
Hill rolling. You might take that to the committee and see if you can get that one in, Randy.
His mama's already tore him up. But toss to Johnson. He cuts it back against the grain and almost busted out. He'll have a first down out near the 22, 23-yard line.
Number 6, White Mason stop.
Kannapolis took control of this game early, maybe earlier than anyone expected to actually take the kind of control that they did.
This score holds up, they're going to have to kill a cow.
They're going to be partying in the streets, partying on West Seas.
Oak Avenue? Well, they won't let you do that on Oak Avenue anymore. Can't cruise Idiot Circle anymore, can you? Fumble from the snap, Orbison. Did he get it back? I believe so. It'll be second down. Meanwhile, the clock comes an outline of the Wonders, and it looks like they will maintain that victory bell, get the number 1 seed in the SPC or in the state playoffs from the SPC, and win the South Piedmont Conference football crowd for yet another year here in the final 6.5 minutes of the game. Well, that's a lot of plaudits here in one sentence.
It really was. I was really proud of you getting through all that.
Washington, he didn't get through as Cortez Robinson tracked him down from behind.
Number 9, Cortez Robinson.
Well, the good thing about it is years past, the old conferences, your teams would come in, go 8-2, 9-1. You went home after this game. Now with the playoff schedule, I'm just glad they're taking 2 teams out of the conference because Concord's record, if this league holds up, will go to 6-4, but only 1 loss in the conference, and that's against this Wonder team if they can prevail in this game. Kannapolis will finish the regular season 9-1, and they said they didn't have, you hear it all year long, they said, well, they kind of rebuild it. Right? How do you rebuild with a 9-1 team?
I think that Coach Harding evidently watches Lou Holtz a lot and has been around him some. Lou Holtz always talking about how terrible they're going to be at Notre Dame. Coach Harding has a way of even starting people are starting to feel sorry for him here at Kannapolis.
You know, maybe we better write this one off just too early yet, as the Wonders going to have to punt. Bill Calfont, one of the Spiders back there, punt receiving formation. Beautiful kick by Orbison.
Orbison nailed that.
Here is Chalfont reversing his field, trying to get down the sidelines, and is bumped out of bounds. Bill Watts over there for the Wonders. He was he was watching the action there. I haven't seen Bill much
I
this
tell
year.
you, you haven't. He's been low key and hadn't been getting around the TV camera much.
The ball is at the 36-yard line of the Spiders. Easy Smith said, well, what can you do? We've seen some finales in this series in the last 3 minutes of the game. We're getting down there.
We have, and I was going to say, if we're going to see one, we've got about 4 minutes left for them to start finaleing.
We'll be announcing our Ridgewood Homes Player of the Game at the conclusion of tonight's ball game. Have a victory talk with the winning head coach. Look out, Chance Sloop, sacked from behind. Jermaine Walker, that's a couple of quarterbacks he's gotten tonight. A loss back to the 30-yard line.
And Walker just really zeroed in on Sloop. Never saw him coming from the backside right there.
Nearing the 4-minute mark of this game. 28-6. Kannapolis on top. We will have another headliners for you next week. We'll have Easy Smith, Bruce Hart will be in our studios, and we'll talk about the playoffs here for 1993. We hope you'll join us Wednesday night at 8 o'clock. Meanwhile, Kennedy busted up the middle and then tries to cut to the outside, gets good yardage out to the 42-yard line.
And that play has worked well for him. The little draw, the late. Canada's been able to make big yardage out of that play.
Well, it sets up a reasonable shot now on 3rd down coming up. They need their own 46-yard line to keep the ball in their possession.
Well, they're in a situation now that Coach Smith is probably going to go for it here, whether or not he gets it.
3 receivers are split out, and they'll work it from the I formation. Sloop hands hands it to Canada. He'll be stopped short of that first down.
Number 7, Maurice Canada.
And Maurice is, he has carried the mail and been hitting some white shirts there all night. He's got to be getting a little sore. Larry Coleman, the nose guard, over there defensively for the Wonders.
When Maurice wakes up on Saturday morning, I'm sure he knows that he's been in a ball game on Friday night.
It's a cool damn weather, and doesn't make those aches and pains go away any quicker, does it?
Not at all. And Concord going for it now on 4th down.
This will definitely be the ball game here. Spiders are not able to convert here. They need a long 2, and Scoop will roll to buy a little time. Well, he thought about it, and he says, I'm going up the middle with this thing. And he will be short, I believe, with the first down by about a half a yard. Chad Sloop, just a hair short, I believe, and the ball will go over, or are they going to bring the chains out?
They're going to bring the chains out, but it does look, they went ahead and turned that one around.
So Kannapolis would take over, 2:24 to go, and looks like they're going to be staying home next week for the first round of the State 3A playoffs. It's against Glenn from Winston-Salem. Meanwhile, the Spiders are going to have to go on the road to take on a former state champion, High Point Andrews, at they'll probably play that at Simeon Stadium up there. That's a beautiful facility, so you folks, Concord and surrounding area going up, there will be plenty of seats. We've done some games up there back when, I guess, the Wonders were in the 4A ranks, and Andrews, a nice place to do a game for us.
And this is that point in the game that you're glad that you're going to still be in the playoffs and be able to play again next week.
Winston-Salem Glenn finishing number 2 in the North Piedmont Conference, and so I guess the strength lies in the first round of the playoffs. If you can survive, does it get any easier? Who knows?
I don't know, but we've heard a lot of talk about that the strength was in the North Piedmont Conference, that there were some awfully good football teams up that way.
And traditionally, the strength's always been around the western part of the state. That's something, Andrews for years was in the eastern part. Now they realigned everything. Glenn was a 4A school at one time. So both these teams are going to have their hands full with the respective opponents next week. Washington down to the Concord 34-yard line, and we're down to 70 seconds left in this one. So we might want to go say it. Congratulations to the A.L. Brown Wonders of Kannapolis. They are your 1993 South Piedmont Conference champions, number 1 seed in the 93 playoffs. Hats off to those guys. They played a heck of a game tonight. Their execution literally flawless in the first half.
Well, it really was. I think that was a real key in the ball game. You're always talking about keys to the ball game, and I think the key in the first half was that Kannapolis came out with a game plan that really worked for them about as well as anything that we've seen this year.
One of the key pass plays was the interception by the Wonder defense. It got that offense in pretty good field position. Kannapolis with Orbison, 5-touch pass. Johnson, a great catch and run. And I tell you, there were a lot of key plays early, and the Wonders got the ball, got off to a good start in this game. And such an emotional contest. You play a lot on adrenaline, Larry, and if you can get off on the right foot, they kind of sailed after that.
They really did. They just never were slowed down from that point.
Orbison will drop to one knee, and the victory bell will stay in K-Town for at least another year. Congratulations, A.L. Brown of Kannapolis, your 1993 SPC champions. And the thing about it, even as much as you hate each other during the game, the show of sportsmanship has never been higher in this contest, as displayed right now by the athletes on the field. They're meeting. Sure, you got some happy folks and some sad folks, but good sportsmanship, and that's a credit to both programs.
Well, I think that Coach Harding and Coach Smith both have really brought a lot of class to both programs, and it shows on the field, and it shows after the game's over.
We'll be back to talk to head coach Bruce Hardin, have our player of the game, and have a look at those final stats for you after this. 28-6, our final score. The A.L. Brown Wonders of Kannapolis, the 1993 South Piedmont Conference champs, number 1 playoff representative of the conference next week. They'll open up at home, and let's go field side. Here's Larry Mason.
Larry Mason here along with our winning coach Bruce Hardin, our player of the game. Our player of the game tonight is Taurus Johnson. Taurus, you're a Ridgewood home player of the game here. These certainly have been nice plaques, and let me go ahead and give you this one. Let me shake your hand here. Good job. Listen, got the first touchdown tonight. Your game plan in the first half, you guys came out and played just like you'd done it all year long, I guess you could say. The first 3 times you had the football, you scored. Was this week in practice any different than the rest of the weeks? Anything you guys did different?
Yes, I feel it was like a lot intense than it was in the past weeks. You know, the fellas really wanted this game right here, you know, to take it on home. Coach always stressed to us, you know, work hard in practice, because it pays off. And tonight it certainly paid off. And we just had to keep it up all through the week, come down tonight, play 2 complete halves of football, and win the football game.
Well, you play on both sides of the football, on offense and defense. Tonight you had over 100 yards rushing, or well, not rushing, but total offense. Also, you had 2 touchdowns, and you had some key tackles there on defense. Do you feel like that the offense played a little bit better tonight?
I feel the offense stepped it up about 2 notches tonight instead of 1. You know, it was a good execution by the blockers. We had good up front blocking, had good blocking by the backs. And the backs that was running the ball just turned it up, squared his shoulders, got on the end zone for the score.
Well, listen, that was a big victory for you. You get to play at home next week, and I know you're looking forward to that.
Oh, yes. Home games are for me.
Well, are you going to enjoy having that bell back at Kannapolis this
I'm
week?
going to enjoy it. I'm going to ring it loud, too.
I was going to ask you if you're going to get to ring it once or
I'm gonna
twice.
ring it.
Well, let me talk to Coach Hardin over here. Coach, you need to keep Taurus. He's a good spokesman for you.
I tell you what, dreams come true. I dreamed Wednesday night and Thursday night that he was going to stand right here with you and win that thing. So they do come true. I'm really happy for him. Couldn't happen to a nicer young man. He does so much. He snaps for us. He catches passes. He plays defense. He runs the football. He blocks. So that's enough said.
Well, listen, if you dream anything real good about me, call me. And if it's real bad, don't let me know. Listen, you couldn't have put a game plan together in the first half that could have worked better for you if you had dreamed about it and if you wanted it to. I know that you must really be proud of your youngsters and that the execution there was just tremendous.
I really am. They did a good job. It started with our coaches on Sunday. I thought they just had a terrific game plan, and then our players came out and executed. And like Tara said, we had the intensity all week. And I think our guys believe, and I think once you believe, good things just start happening to you.
Well, Tar said the offense probably stepped it up 2 notches. Your offense has been a little bit sluggish, I think, for the last few games, and the defense has kept you in it. Was there anything that you did differently with the offense?
No, really, just a matter of execution. These guys just have a lot of pride, and I think they just get tired of hearing about how young and inexperienced they are. So it's just a great team effort, and they worked hard.
Well, they really did. This puts you into the playoffs next week playing at home. How much do you think that home field advantage is going to mean to you?
I've always said the first game is probably the toughest game because you're playing kind of unfamiliar people right there, and it's a good situation to be playing home with our home crowd, and that'll be a big test for us right there. They're good athletes, a good football team, but we're always happy to play at home.
What you're saying, if you don't get past the first one, you're not going to get to see the next one, are you?
That's true. I've just looked at experience. That's always seems to be the toughest for people. So,
listen, we're going to see you Wednesday night. Congratulations, Taurus. Congratulations. We're going to send this one back to Randy. We'll come back and wrap this one up and look forward to the playoffs.
Okay, thanks, Larry. He said they will be at home against Winston-Salem Glen. Congratulations to the Spiders of Concord. They'll open on the road in the playoffs at High Point Andrews. We'll be back to look at those final stats for you after this. Easy Smith telling his side of the story. We'll get a chance to hear from him Wednesday night. As let's take a look at those final overall stats as compiled by Brian Rose. Concord Spiders came back in the second half, got a little bit of plus yardage rushing in the passing attack. They had to step it up. You're down 21-0 at halftime, Larry. You dictate what you're going to have to do.
Well, you really do, and they threw the football well and have thrown it during the course of the year well. The surprise is that rushing yardage, we didn't feel like they'd be held to that low of yardage, but that's a tribute to Kannapolis.
And, of course, 4 penalties for 35 yards in the punting department. They had to punt it 6 times, so you got to give the ball up that many times. The defense for Kannapolis doing the job. There you see the wonder stats, almost 300 yards total offense tonight, and that will keep you in the game, I believe.
Most of the time it will, and a lot of that came in the first half, but they were able to make some big drives in the second half and really secure that victory.
Well, we've enjoyed it. It's been another outstanding Concord Kannapolis game. Thanks to all the folks here at Concord. Hope you'll join us Wednesday night, 8 o'clock headliners. We'll have Easy Smith and Bruce Harden as we talk playoffs 1993. For everybody here at TV 13, Randy Willie saying thanks for being with us.